folks were like, "Where is my 50 plus for this week?" I was like, "Did I not do one?" I'm so sorry. I got really busy because I was embroiled in a lot of race talk this week. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. Welcome to 50 Plus, a show for you this week, of course. I come on here and talk to you about life, and I love being in my 50s. It's my friend's birthday today. JP, happy birthday to you. He's 51. So you entered the 50 Plus Club. I love it being here for many reasons. But I want to talk to you. As I get older, I always say the more I get older, the less I know. It's a great thing. Education continues to flow in my life. I learn all the time. And this week, last week, I woke up to a whole host of fans happy that we spoke out on race on our General Hospital show last week, which I do all the time. I speak out on race. I do race talks. I have a show called A Black Guy and a White Guy Confront. I do race stuff. I do gender stuff, sexual orientation stuff, age stuff all the time, fat stuff. I'm always talking about different things just regularly. I do it all the time. But I guess every once in a while you hit when the iron is hot and it just hits. I want to thank Soap Hub for picking up the story, and a few others. I didn't expect that. I was just talking from my life. I had a special show on Friday, Ice Connections. We do our race talks about, especially it was mainly about this couple, Sprino, this black and white couple, or interracial couple, I should say. He's Latino in real life, but looks white presenting, I guess. But one important thing was like allowing them to be fully formed and more frankly having sex on screen while everybody else does. And I just broke down the actual storyline as a person, as my writer myself, what the next steps would naturally be. Because I'm a soap fan first, then I was talking about the kind of what the character goes. And one of the things I always realize, I've had great reaction, I've had mixed reaction, I've had people disagree with me, which I expect all that. And I was telling my sister yesterday, when you say things or talk about uncomfortable subjects or subjects that forces someone to look at something they don't normally want to look at, that can be tough. It can be totally tough. You can deflect, comedy, shut it down, whatever. There's all different ways to do that. But when you bring up something to a group or a group that's not, they feel like it's not affecting them or it's not really something that's their passion, it's like almost disruptive. Like I get it. I totally get it. I'm not dumb. I totally get it. I've had talks with some of my colleagues who are white, and I can tell how uncomfortable this is for them. And it should be uncomfortable. It's not. It's not a fun conversation. But I always think back to myself and people who look like me or people who are of any kind of marginalized group. I don't get a break from being black. I don't get a break from being anything. I mean, whatever it is that you see on me as you walk down the street or come into a store or come onto YouTube, I'm reminded all the time what people see. The gray hair, they see them older. I'm fat, they see them fat. Whatever. It's like there's certain things I'm just like it's just I don't get a break from it. So I come from a lens where I always am thinking about it on some level. It's not a big burden or something that just like tires me out. I think anybody who's of a marginalized group just understands it's just part of your life. And you deal with it because you have to, you adapt and you do what you need to do. But as for all the other groups who don't have to really worry about something, then it's like, well, where did that come from? Why is it entering my life? Why are we talking about this? I don't want this. There's also a fear of ruining something. I've heard that several times this week. I just don't want this show ruined, or I just want this happening, and the fans are going to ruin this. Again, I completely understand. I see where you're coming from. I totally empathetic about that. I go, okay, I can see that. You're watching a show for you. You're seeing what you need to see. You don't have you may have like small problems with storyline, but in terms of representation, you see who you see, and life goes on. You like the couples you like on the show. You like the characters you like on the show, um, and life goes on. But there are a lot of us who go, "Wow, I'm Latino, and there are no Latino. All Latinos are killed off the show. They're all gone. I'm Asian, and the two Asian characters come on once every 3 or 4 months, and they're good characters. You want to see more of them because it looks like us, and it's fun, and things we can relate to. Not taking away from the fact that we still like the soap opera. We like the other characters too. I love me I like Carly. I like Sam. I like other characters. I like Liz. I mean, there's people. We like these characters. We like them too. But there's all you have a problem with these other characters. Why aren't we seeing them? Um, and that's it's again a hard conversation. And as I get older in my 50s, I'm getting more militant on how I speak out on that. And I already know. All right, you say anything in the public universe, it's open to interpretation, open to jabs, open to everything. So I'm ready for that. I'm used to it. I've been through it before. Um, I try to stay because somebody asked me, how do you do it? How do you handle the smoke you get or the jabs you get? And so I just know if I'm going to say something, a certain statement's going to be like, no, I don't agree with that automatically. And that's how it is. It's predictable. It's how it is. I'm still going to try to have the conversations, at least have the conversations, because it's still important to have those. I'm still going to call things out. It's important. This is what I do for a living. I'm a soap podcaster. I'm soap press. I do shows called after shows where we critique the show. We don't just recap it because you can read a recap anywhere. We also talk about it with the fans live on Sundays. And that's kind of what I do. And we listen to the fans. I always hear what they have to say. Like it's back and forth. And that's what we do on GLJ Media. And I just think that's something that's important to remember. And it was something uncomfortable for you, and if we're having a conversation, I will do what I can on some level to make it somewhat comfortable. I'm not gonna go back, I'm gonna bend over backwards to make you feel good, but I'm gonna acknowledge your feelings and validate and say, okay, where can we go from here? And see if we can work it out. I never want conversations to die out. Because that doesn't help anything. Let's get the conversation going and see where it goes. And you may agree, disagree, you may come in an impasse. That happens. That's life. But as long as conversations are had, and at least I can say I feel heard, or you can say you felt heard. You can still walk away and go, James full of shit, whatever. That's fine. I'm full of shit. Great. But I can walk away and sleep at night knowing that I'm telling my truth. I know what I see. I'm trying to be as factual as possible. Yes, there are some emotions involved, just there is. But I try to be as factual as possible and go, okay, this is what I see. This is what we've seen on screen. This is what we've seen over here, and go from there. But I always know it's a touchy subject. But I'm not going to stop talking about it. No one's going to scare me off and not tell me. I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it until I'm not here anymore. And you, as a viewer, have choices. You can go, James, when you talk about race, I don't want to see it. And you don't have to. I have plenty of other programming you can watch. But if you are interested, I invite you in and just listen and just hear someone's point of view or someone else's point of view. And just take it under consideration. That's all. I'm James Lott Jr. I'm going to get ready for my week. And all of you, please take care of yourselves. And again, keep the education going.